Good morning, grade 3, and a warm welcome to the English class. Well, children, I want you to identify these. Yes, what's this, children? This, yes, very good. This is a question mark, this is an exclamation mark, and this is a full stop. And what about this, children? Let me just show you this. What's this? See carefully, children. We have done this and this. These are our inverted commas, speech marks, the single and the double comma, right? Now children, we have done all this: question mark, exclamation mark, full stop, speech marks. Right? I want you now to open to page 1818. Our topic for today is, children, punctuation, direct speech. Okay? So children, just see your textbook where the lesson begins. It is unit 2, page 14. Why do you think, children, this lesson has so many speech marks? There is this comma, you see the speech mark over here, then you have commas, then you have exclamation mark. See the exclamation mark here, right? So why do you think this lesson is having all these punctuation marks? Think. Why is there question mark? Why is there full stop? Why is there there are speech marks? Yes? Anybody? These are, children, the characters over here are having conversation. The characters over here are having conversation. So whenever there is a conversation, we use the punctuation marks like a full stop, a question mark, then your inverted commas, right? So that's the reason why this lesson has so many punctuation marks. Now children, a quick recap of what we have done this and why and when do we use these. Okay? Now we have done this, children. This was your homework, right? I'm just showing you these sentences so that you know that we have done this. Okay? So that you could recall. Now children, tell me, when do we use a full stop? Yes, at the end of a sentence. Right? At the end of a sentence we use a full stop. At the end of a statement or a telling sentence we use a full stop. Okay. Now, when do we use a question mark? Yes, very simple. Most of you are going to tell me we use a question for an asking sentence. An asking sentence. Generally, children, we have WH words like when, why, where. But sometimes it could even be other words. So we need to see the tone of the reader or the writer, what the writer is asking us. Like over here, would you like to be a Viking? Or if I ask you a question now, is it raining? Now do you see the beginning word? It is would and is. Is it raining? Is. Is. Right? And children, exclamation mark, when do we use an exclamation mark? Yes? Yes, who could tell me, children? We have even done a chart on this. I told you to do a chart. Do you remember? You all had used your color pencils and all, and then you all made beautiful charts and you all sent me a wall chart. So exclamation marks are used, children, when it is surprise. You're surprised, or an excitement. It could even be pain. Okay? Ouch. So you use exclamation marks. Now see over here, Viking longboats were amazing. Okay? So exclamatory sentences are surprise, happiness, or you're excited. It could be even horror. You're scared of something, or even pain. Right? So now let's move to our textbook. So children, we open our textbooks to page 1818, unit 2. Let's read this information box, children. Direct speech. Direct speech is when we write the actual words someone has spoken. So direct speech is what, children? It is the actual words what the character is speaking. We use speech marks at the beginning and end of the spoken words. Very, very important. Children, see this sentence. I must find the land where the sun goes at night. So this is your beginning. So you are having the speech mark here. Okay. And then your speech mark ends here. Now children, something very important. Please be careful where most of you make this mistake. Listen carefully. We can use a comma to separate the spoken and the non-spoken word. Now children, in this sentence, can you see this comma over here? They have done an arrow and they've even showed us over here the comma. Right? So, children, which is your spoken word over here? This. Can you see where the speech mark begins and it ends? So this sentence, these words are your spoken words. Okay? And this is your non-spoken word. Said Eric is your non-spoken word. Right? Now, we can also use a question mark or an exclamation mark at the end of the spoken words. So it is not necessary that every time you need to put a comma. Sometimes it is a question mark. Sometimes it is even an exclamation mark. As I told you, children, exclamation is used for surprise, for horror, for pain. So look over here. Rocks to port, cried the lookout. Okay. And here it's a question. Where is father going? Asked his son. So there is a question mark here. Read this, children. The punctuation after the spoken words always come before the speech mark. Right? So, children, I have written something over here. So, this should be easier for you. If you see here, where are we going? Asked the sailors. This is from your textbook only. Now, children, tell me which is the spoken word over here. I told you the spoken word, no? It will be in the opening and the closing. Okay? At the beginning of your sentence and at the end of your sentence. Can you see here? Where are we going? So these words, these are your spoken words. They will appear within the speech marks. Children, see here. They appear within the speech marks. Now, which is your non-spoken words, children? See here. The words that are not spoken, they appear outside the speech mark. Can you see this? Asked the sailors. Right? Clear? Let me give you another example and let me see if you can identify. Well, children, I have written another sentence here. Now, let me see if you can identify now. You can refer to this example here on top. Okay. Now what you have to tell me is, in this sentence, which is the spoken words? What are the spoken words here? You may read this, children, and find out. It's not difficult. Yes, are you getting it? Can you see this, children? What's the matter, Susie? So this is what, children? What's the matter, Susie is what? It is spoken words. Can you see? As I told you, children, the punctuation marks will be at the beginning and at the end. And see over here, children, there is a question mark here. I had explained, children, earlier. I said it could be as this. It could be a question mark or it could be an exclamation. So these are your spoken words over here. Can you see? This is your spoken words. Spoken words. Right? Now, children, what about asked mom? Asked mom, what is this? Is this spoken words? Think. This is what? This will be, yes, non-spoken words. Non-spoken, right? So this is spoken words and this is non-spoken words. Clear? Right? So children, for homework, I want you to do this. It should be simple, children. As you have done in unit 1, same way, copy the sentence and add the missing speech marks. So children, you need to copy the sentence. See, the first example is already done, right? So you will do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and even write this first one also you will write, children, in your notebooks, right? Now after this, when you do page 18, I want you to move to page 1919. Read this, children. Write 2 direct speech sentences using speech marks. So you have to write 2 direct speech. One is with a question mark and the other is with an exclamation mark. Okay. I'll do one with you so that you get an idea. Think of an example, children. They have asked us for 2. So let's start with the question mark first. Think. Let's take something from the text so that it becomes simple for you. Think of a sentence with a question mark. This is your question. Take time, children. Read the question. That is the B1, capital B, page 1919. How about this, children? What is let's take something very simple. What is your name? This is not from the text, okay? So what is your name? Now what do I do? Yes, I need to put the speech marks. So where will I put the speech mark, children? And what will I put? Exclamation, question mark, full stop. See this, see my tone. What is your name? Children, one more thing very important is, please see that you put your speech mark here. This has to come, this punctuation mark will come in and after that you put this, the inverted speech mark. Okay, very, very important, children. Most of you all make this mistake. You know what's the mistake? Children, please pay attention. Most of you, what you do is, you all do this and then this is out. So your speech marks need to be within this, right? It needs to be within this. When I mean within this means your beginning of the sentence and your sentence ends here, so the speech mark will come here. This is the right way. I've seen many of you doing this mistake where you do this and then this. So don't do that, children. Okay? So what is your name? She asked. So this is your one sentence. Okay? Now think of an exclamation mark, children. A sentence with an exclamation mark. Let's take it from the text. How about this, children? That was a frightening. F-R-I-G-H. Children, be careful of your spellings, please. That was a frightening storm. So I will end this with, now I need to put my speech mark at the beginning. And where will I put this, children? This speech mark, where will I put? Before or after? Yes, here. Okay. That was a frightening storm. He exclaimed. Now children, look here. Look carefully. So this is the way you're going to do this homework. Okay. One I have solved for you. Okay, I have written one for you. So similarly, you're going to do on these lines, you're going to complete this homework. You may take the sentences from the textbook also, but be careful of this punctuation mark. Yes, children, before I end, I want to ask you again. Over here, which is the spoken word in the first sentence? This, which is within the speech marks. And which is the non-spoken word? She asked. Okay. Now for the second sentence, which is your speech mark? Yes. Can you see? Because you have, this is your spoken word. Sorry, this is your spoken word because the speech mark begins here and it ends here. And which is your non-spoken word? He exclaimed. Children, I have not put a full stop here. Please don't make that mistake. Okay. So children, that would be your homework. And please study well, children, for your test. You have a test coming up, class test. Please don't be anxious. Take it easy. Relax. It's not going to be a tough paper. And study well. Okay. It's going to be an objective type paper, children. So I will be putting it up in the broadcast also. You will have true and false, match the following, then MCQ questions. MCQ is multiple choice questions, right? So all the best, children, and happy learning.